Hello everyone, welcome back to the Integrity Botanicals YouTube channel. Today we are revisiting an old favorite that has gotten quite the glow up as far as the shade range since I've last reviewed it, which was, oh my god, I think it was years ago at this point. And you guys know what it is. You saw the title. It is the Kjaer Weis Cream Foundation. My longest running love as far as green beauty is concerned. I remember trying this 3 months into my green beauty journey, and we are now, what, 4 years deep? Just past 4 years, I think, which is wild. And it's still my go-to foundation. Have repurchased 3 or 4 tins of this. It is just the best of the best. Expensive, but worth it. It's just the go-to. So, for those of you who know nothing about this foundation, Kjaer Weis is a brand. Kjaer Weis is a sustainably focused brand, so every single time you get the product, they're going to come in these gorgeous, I mean, you can see the way it's reflecting in the light right now, metal compacts. Do they collect a little bit of fingerprints and you got makeup on them? Yes, but they are very easily to be wiped. But they're just little sculptures. They're just so beautiful, so heavy, feel so luxurious. They swivel open just like this. There's no mirror, but you can sort of see yourself in the opposite side. Wouldn't really recommend using it, but if you're ever in a pinch. And then we have the pan right here. Now, what I mean by sustainably focused is, of course, the packaging is metal. They don't use any sort of plastic on the outside, which is really great. However, they work off a refill system. So when you buy this first initial compact, it is going to be $68. Oh, I know, but don't worry, you save money later and you are going to be repurchasing more. The little refills, which just come in like a little cardboard sleeve, are going to be $40. So you're gonna be saving $28, and I think $40 is about right for a foundation. A lot of conventional, more luxury brands in the conventional beauty space, I think run about that amount as well as the green beauty space, if not more than that. So I think it's really reasonable. The first one, yes, is an initial expense, but it is something you're using all over the face, and I think is worth every single penny, and we'll get just into why. Quickly want to break down some tools that I like to use. I do like to apply this product with a flat synthetic brush. It is a cream, so synthetic is the name of the game. My go-to is a Delium Tools 948. Really great go-to brush. I will show you exactly how I like to use it in the demo, but I do also recommend having a beauty sponge of your choice. Both of these products are just essential for me applying this foundation. So a little bit about the foundation. It is an organic and gluten-free foundation. It is formulated with sweet almond seed oil, jojoba oil, and coconut oil. I know coconut oil can be a problematic ingredient for those of you. For me, my skin is weirdly sensitive to it. I can use it a lot, but if I can't use it every single day in like every single product I'm using. So I use this foundation once, twice a week. It just depends. I do have a little bit more of a everyday, quick, easy throw on foundation, but whenever I don't know what to wear, I want my skin to look amazing, I'm going out, Kjaer Weis is the one that I always gravitate to. So that's something to keep in mind as well. It is a cream foundation, so applying it can be a little interesting. I'm going to get into some techniques with that. But with that being said, the wear time of this product, I think that it's so beautiful. So I like that this product doesn't overly collect to someone with a little bit more of dry skin. And it has a semi-matte finish, so those of you with a more oily skin, you don't need to worry about it looking overly shiny. If you do have oily skin, I would definitely recommend setting it with powder, however, just to sort of lock it into place, because since it is a cream consistency, and if you build it up on the skin to get that coverage, it will have almost like a weight to it, where like if I was to talk on the phone, the foundation would sort of come off, if you know what I'm talking about. So using a powder will help lock that into place. A setting mist or a primer of your choosing is something that I would look into. If you have more dry skin, I just like to make sure my skin is prepped. I prep my skin the same way. Today I did use the Agent Nature Hyaluronic Pearl and Rose Toner. This is their holy water. I used the Fit Glow Icy Firm, and I did also go with the De Mamiel Spring Facial Oil. I know this is so past, but I still really like the way that oil makes my skin look. I also love the Agent Nature one, but I do make sure to go in with something like an oil, let it sink into the skin for just a moment, not too long, before I apply this foundation, so it doesn't cling to any sort of dry patches. If you have more normal skin, go right ahead. This foundation is going to look stunning on you. So wear time, I found that it wears like a very normal, good, solid not insanely long wear or anything. I do get a good 6 to 8 hours out of this foundation, absolutely, with it looking nice. I don't find that it looks overly shiny. I will notice a little bit of breaking up here and my chin. Totally normal with me. That's where I go in with some concealer, or I do take a colored foundation powder of your choosing, of my choosing, and I do touch up the skin. That way I can get a little bit more coverage there, but everything else looks good. When it fades evenly. It doesn't look overly oily, and it doesn't break up or collect, which I really, really enjoy about this foundation. So all around, it is a home run for me. It is something that I will continue to repurchase and continue to love. I love the way it makes my skin look. It just looks like your skin, but better. And the trick with this foundation is if you put it on and you don't like the initial application, let it sink in for 10 to 15 minutes. That's when the magic really, really happens. And the sponge will also sort of help with that process by kind of pushing it into the skin and just looking really nice here. So here I did just go with the translucent powder. And then I put my makeup on top. Other makeup sits beautifully on top of it, whether it be cream or powders. You don't have to worry, it doesn't smear around, it doesn't move, it doesn't break up, nothing like that. It kind of ticks all the boxes as far as foundation's concerned. What I also love about it, coverage. I quickly want to discuss that before we get into the demo. The coverage can be anything you want it to be. If you want to take a little bit out and mix with a tinted moisturizer, you could do that. If you want to layer it up and get a full coverage, you could do that. For me, my usual thing is apply a little product in the middle, blend it out, apply a little bit more for some coverage, and get a good solid medium out of it. And that's when I find that it looks just absolutely perfect and amazing. I mean, hello, I've been using it for 4 years. All right, so let's quickly get into the shades, because over the course of time, Kjaer Weis has done a really nice job at releasing an expansive shade range. We are currently at 14 shades, hopefully still going up. I believe in them, but a lot of new shades have released over the past couple of collections. So I wanted to make sure I share those with you. Swatch photo will be down below, of course, and then we'll jump right into the demonstration. So we have the shade Lightness, we have the shade Like Porcelain, Silken, Weightless, Ethereal, Paper Thin, which is my shade, Feathery, Just Sheer, Subtlety, Illusion, Dainty, Velvety, Transparent, and Delicate. So that is a whopping 14 shades. Really excited about those. I will also leave a link down below for some samples so you could try this product, because it is a little bit more of an investment piece, if you will, but worth every penny. So just to show you how worth it is, we're gonna quickly jump into the demo. I'll show you exactly what I like to do to apply this, how I got this look here, the skin look at least, and then I'll check back in with you guys. Nice and close, my favorite. So you've seen me apply this foundation a lot. I just want to do it again because I want this to sort of be an all-encompassing video. This may be the first video that you've watched. I have reviewed this in the past, as you guys know, and I still apply it the same way. So my brush of choice is the Delium Tools 948. It is a synthetic flat foundation brush. Any one that you have, we have a few on the website. I will link them down below. Of course, Kjaer Weis makes one that they highly recommend to use with it. It's also really compatible with a lot of their other cream products, so that might be something to look into if you are a Kjaer Weis fan. But for now, you can see I only have a little bit left here. I do have a replacement, but I am just going to sort of swipe the edges, gather up my product, and what I always like to do is I like to apply the majority of the product in the center of my face, and then I'll start to just pull it outward a little bit. And again, this is more like, I'm not gonna really do any of the blending, I'm just kind of laying down the product. Starting in the center of my face, because that's where I get the most red. This is where I need the most coverage, it's kind of like the areas I go back in with concealer. But a big benefit of this product that I love about it so much is that you could do a really light layer and just really look skin-like but perfected, or you can really build this up to be a nice medium to full coverage. So you can see right now my skin's not doing so hot. We got a lot of texture going on, got quite a bit of discoloration. So I am just going to apply this a little bit more heavily, but I do work in layers. So right now I'm just kind of laying down the product. I will blend it out like a little bit. And then I do like to go in with a sponge. This is a newer thing. I think in my first video I was still just using the foundation brush, which absolutely works, and you do not need a sponge if you are not a fan, but since I do have drier skin, this helps absorb a little bit of the excess product as well as just make it sink into the skin a little bit more. But something that I do love about this foundation is that the warmth of your skin does such a good job at making it look more skin-like. So I find that this actually looks best like 10-15 minutes after you apply your foundation, which I love. Okay, so this is the first layer on. You can see I could definitely go with this. Skin looking really good. However, if you need to, which I feel like I do today, I'm gonna go with just a little bit more, and I'm just gonna apply those to the areas that I feel like I need it, which is the center of my face, my chin, and then I feel like I could use a little bit more love on the forehead, and I'm just going to, again, blend that out with my sponge, taking as much time as I need, because skin is the most important part. Okay, so I've just leaned in a little bit closer. That's with a little bit of extra application. I did also go ahead and apply concealer. I did just review the Fit Glow concealers, and that's what I have on under my eyes, so I'll link that down below. But I just want you to see how this looks on the skin. Still looks completely like my skin. Not settling, not sitting on top. And again, in about 10 to 15 minutes, it's even going to look better. You will see me 10, 15 minutes later as I'm talking with the rest of my makeup on, things like that. It's just so beautiful as a semi-matte finish, so I think it's incredibly, incredibly natural and skin-like. So this foundation, I mean, this is why I keep going back to it. Whenever I don't know what I want, the color match is really good for me. It looks really pretty on the skin. I do like to set it lightly just to get the most long wear out of it, although I do think this foundation lasts really, really beautifully. I'm going to go in with the translucent powder from Kjaer Weis. You can use a multitude of different powders. However, I think this one is designed to pair with the foundation, and not only that, I think this is so great because it doesn't take away from the beautiful finish that this gives, but it will sort of lock in those areas where maybe I need a little extra in the T-zone, or if you need to set the entire face, it's not going to overly mattify it. So I think that's really important to keep in mind as well. So this is the translucent powder here. I do have their powder brush. I love this. It's good for bronzer. It's good for powder. And I'm just going to lightly get in here. And I don't really have any real shine happening right now. So I'm just going to kind of lock in the center of my face, which is where makeup tends to break up first. And it just sits on top really, really beautifully. So that is the Kjaer Weis foundation and how I like to apply it. All right, you guys, that's it. That is my full redo review of the Kjaer Weis Cream Foundation. It just gets better. It's one of those. I mean, you can see I've totally hit pan on this. I use it in almost every tutorial. It's so great. So like I said, I am gonna link some samples down below so you guys could check that out. Full ingredients list for a little bit further investigation. Kjaer Weis has some of the cleanest ingredients on the market. Really beautiful, consistent line that makes products that I just get excited about and love. This is probably my all-time favorite product that they create. Not only that, I am also gonna have a full swatch photo of all 14 shades down below for you, so you can see what works best, what shade is going to be the shade for you. But I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you already know and love the Kjaer Weis Cream Foundation, I know it is an absolutely beloved product. I mean, you should read the raving reviews. I will link the product down below so you can check it out. Let me know if you love it already down below, or if you were just waiting for a video like this to see all the shades, to see if you could grab a couple shades and finally try it for yourself. But if you have any difficulties applying this product, I would kind of love to know. If you already love it and you would like to apply it a different way, let us know. It is a community here. I know a lot of you guys interact with each other in the comments. I love it. In the meantime, check out all of our social media, and I will catch you guys in my next video. Bye.